After, with 16 years old, they put me out. They say to me like, yeah, you are a very good player, but yeah, you don't have discipline. So for me, I wanted to go to Madrid. You are 20 years old and Madrid is coming to you. Of course, you have to run. The big mistake in my career, because I ran there and I signed the contract. All test was everything okay. After like 2-3 days, they said to me like, I was having problem in my heart that I cannot play football anymore. And there I start to
feel the pressure,
to get panic, to say, wow, this Barcelona was like the best. It was the Barcelona from Guardiola. I was not tired. I wanted the ball. I was saying to my partner, like, give me the ball. I remember I was 1-1 against Adriano. I go from him and I give the pass and we scored. I wanted to show to the world that, there's one boy, 22 years, can make it,
Yes.
With your quality, you can get it. But after, to stay there, you need a very strong mentality and a very good discipline. With 34 years old, I was playing in Barcelona, but now I have to go to school.
Yes.
Or I have to work.
You still have to provide to your family.
Exactly. Who you cannot trust,
Yes.
You have to think that this is like a business. So everybody's thinking about himself, and I have like some very bad experience with agent and this. Look, I take my money, I go back home and I don't want to know anything about football. I really like to free my mind,
Yes. Hello everyone and welcome to our next Podball episode. I'm Chris Papadimitriou, a professional athlete and founder of Podball. Before I start with the intro for our today's guest, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a 5-star review on Spotify if you enjoyed today's episode. Our guest for today is Mendy Formose. Mendy has played in various countries including France, Spain, England, Finland, Turkey, Egypt and Austria. He has been a part of football clubs such as Sporting Gijon, Blackpool, Helsinki and Adana Demirspor. And of course I had the privilege of playing with him for 5 years here in Austria. So welcome, bro. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here and excited.
So, bro, could you please tell us some things from your background?
So I started to play football with 10 years. I was playing football in Marseille in my street with one small team. After with 12 years, I go to football school and there start a little bit like you start to realize that football can be like your work, your dream, your dream can come true, when you start to go into football school because you are like with people who want to do the same thing like you. You start to realize that, you have quality and you can make something in the football. And with, let's say like with 14, everything started,
So was football something that kept you out of another life maybe?
Yeah, for sure, because like I say, I'm coming from Marseille. It's a very hard city. So when I start to play football and like I get the chance to go out from my house, because from Marseille I go to Lyon, and to see different things, to be like with people who have like more money, people who like think different, than what I was having like since I'm born. And from there I start to play. Like I go exactly in the football school with 14, and I was playing with 14 years old in Olympique Lyon. We was like in the football academy. In the morning was school, in the afternoon was like training, and every day like this football, school training, and then of course in the weekend match. A very hard moment in my life because I was young and I was like, it was hard to go out from home in this. But after, it was something that I really, really wanted to do in my life,
I know that you went to Spain afterwards, but what happened in between until you got there?
So between I was in football school in Lyon. Because of this, because you have to think now that in the football school, like they don't look only about football, they look too about the personality from the player, his comportment, how discipline is. And this time I was like very good player, but I was not having discipline. So after with 16 years old, they put me out. They say to me like, yeah, you are a very good player, but yeah, you don't have discipline. So we are not looking only for football, you know. So I go back home to my family, to my mother's house, and I signed for one team. That was like playing in third league. And I was 16, and I remember this time, like with 16 to play in third league, it was very hard, you know, very, very hard, because you play against so much football player who was playing like in first division, and they finished that the career is finished, so they go to third league. It was very, very hard, not like now.
Yes.
So I get the chance to play like 4 or 5 games, and I score some goal. And after from there was another football coach who come to my house. It was RC Lens, the name. And I go there with 17. I stayed there 3 years. It was a very good experience. It was like very different than Lyon. In Lyon, there was like much more player from Lyon, and there was like more, let's say, African player. So it was totally different, but it was the same thing, like football in school in the morning, football afternoon. Yeah, from there I get like my first professional contract, and they loaned me 1 year in one team. The name is Istres in French. We was in third league too, and we go to second division. But this year I did get the chance to play too much, and after I go back to Lens, and they say to me like, yeah, your contract is end, and yeah, we don't need you this year because you was alone, you did play too much. And I say, okay, so I take my bag again back to home. And from there, I was like sitting home and trying to see what I can do. And one friend of me who was playing like in Rayo Vallecano, he sent me a message and asked me like if I want to come to play in Spain. And from there, I take my bag and I run in Spain.
Okay, so you went to Spain without having any club?
No, I was not having club. I just take my bag and I run there. And I make some tests. So some team, and I get the chance to sign in third league in the Porteano. It was the name. And from there, let's say like everything, like I start to play 2-3 games that I play very good, and people have start to know like there's this player there in Porteano, good player, young player, very fast in this. And I make let's say 6 months there. And there was like some team who want to sign me, and there was Real Madrid, there was Betis City. There was a little bit some team, and I make for me, I wanted to go to Madrid, you know, because I'm a fan of Madrid, and I was like, okay, you are 20 years old, and Madrid is coming to you. Of course, you have to run, you know. And this time, like, I was working with one agent, and I was not talking good Spanish. And I was like, I was young, I was 20, I was alone. And so the guy come to me, say to me, look, there's 2 options. There's Madrid and there's Aris de Salonika. And me, of course, my dream was like to go to Madrid. But after, like, say I was young, I didn't know how to speak too much Spanish, and he said to me, Aris de Salonique is professional, blah, blah. He said to me so many things, and I go there. But it was like one of the big mistake in my career, you know, because I ran there and I signed the contract. I make everything, like all tests was everything okay. And after like 2-3 days, they say to me like, I was having problem in my heart that I cannot play football anymore. And going back home, because I live Greek like this, and going back home, I make again all tests, and I see that I was having nothing. And after with the time, I knew that they make this just to take another player in my place, you know.
That's insane.
Yeah, this is football when you are young and like you don't have like people behind you.
Of course.
It's very hard, But let's say like if this was not happening, I could not like do what I did after.
Yes.
So I of course in this moment I take it like in the bad side, but sometimes something like happened to me like or to everyone not good, but after can turn in the good way. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
So and then afterwards, what happened? Like he didn't sign in Aris?
Then after I go back to my team where I was in Spain, in Porteano. They of course let me train with them. I could not play because of course I have
Because of the contract.
In Aris de Salonika. So I was training and getting still getting fit. And one day I get a phone call from one agent from Spain. And this agent said to me like if I want to come to make some training tests in Sporting Gijon. And of course I say yes. And I ran there and I trained with the second team. They was in third league. And first training, the coach said to me like, you're a very good player on this. So I signed my contract there, 3 years with the second team, of course. But yeah, first training, like when we was going to train and I see the first team training, I say to my coach like, yeah, I knew it that one day I will play with the first team. Yeah. And of course, after 1 year, this happened. I started to train with the first team. I was not playing, but I started to train. There was one coach, his name is Preciado. And this coach was taking me for training, but he never gave me a chance. And because of the bad result, so this coach, they put him away from the team. And there was a new coach who come. And this new coach he asked directly, his first question, he was like, who is the fastest player? From the second team and the first team. And the coach from the first team say like, I think the second coach from the first team say like, I think it's Mendy. So this coach take me like to train for the first team. And I play my first game in Santander. I come inside, like I play 20 minutes. I do it well. And after this game, the second game it was against Barcelona, and after this I never go out from the team.
I know that you play against Barcelona. I also know that you gave a wonderful assist. I also know that a lot of athletes it's their dream, but they will never make it to this level.
Yeah.
So what do you remember from this experience? Can you describe me the whole week?
So the whole week. The whole week was a really crazy week because, like I say, like when you play, like when you play La Liga, is really, of course, is something.
Of course.
That means you really have like quality to get there. If you play against, like when you play against Mallorca, with all my respect, with Getafe, it's not the same like when you play against Barcelona or Madrid. When you play against Barcelona or Madrid this week, you really like feel something else. You are really a football professional, but this day is showing you like you are, wow, to go so far, like a president from one country, you know what I mean? You are very important. Like in the training all week, you have like some 20 cameras there,
Yes.
You have everyday interview. You really something like, even now when I talk to you about this, is crazy. The feeling, it's not normal. So to come back to this, we have game against Barcelona, and it was like my second game. We train all week. So Friday, the game was Saturday. Friday, we take the plane to go in Barcelona. Already this to take the plane to go there is like, wow, When we get to Barcelona, the bus is coming, we go to our hotel. Till there, I did realize that I'm going to play against Barcelona, I start to realize like when we have the first meeting with the team before the game, and there when I see my name like in the 11 who start, there I start to
feel the pressure.
To get panic, to say, wow, I'm gonna play against Barcelona. Normally I'm home in my sofa and I look them play, So directly, of course, I could take my phone, I call my friends, I call my family, I say to them, everybody, like, look, the game today, I'm gonna play in this. Like when you get to the field, like there's nobody in the beginning. We just all players, we take some photo in this. But after, when you go out to warm up, this is like, you feel so much pressure, Like there I start to say, wow, like I'm here and I'm going to play against the big Barcelona. You have to think this Barcelona was like the best. It was the Barcelona from Guardiola.
Wow.
So it was like...
They won everything back then.
Yeah, they win everything, And with 22 years old that I'm going to play against them, it was like something really, really, really crazy. And
For the people who are going to watch this interview, can you tell us the players who played in that game?
it was Xavi playing, Iniesta playing, Dani Alves. It was Valdez, Puyol, Piqué. It was, all these players. And it's crazy, really, really, really crazy. Because, there's so much people who ask me till now, or kids who ask me like, who was the best? Like the first question what is coming is like, which player was the best, you know? And for me, like I say, the best player was Xavi. But, you have to look more than this, more than who was the best player. And you can see some things like very, not strange, but as a young player, you can say like, wow, what is this, Like, of course, like this player, they have everything. They have money, they have trophy. Some of them win the World Cup and this. But you see something in them like that some other athlete, they don't have. Like this hungry to win, every game. There was a moment like I was looking, the referee was giving foul to us, and the referee was like in the left side, and then the right side he was having Dani Alves running to the referee to protest, to say to shout to him, and me, I was like in shock, like I was asking myself, but why this player like having like trophy, money,
fame, everything,
still running to the referee to shout to him, still want to win, you know what I mean? Like in this game, it was not changing nothing. If we win the game, for them, there was not changing nothing. They will be a champion. But, there is no one moment like to say, oof, okay, let's chill. No, they don't want to relax. They just want to play and they just want to win, In this moment, I see that it's very hard to get in the place where is this player, Because, of course, you can get to play to First League, you can get played in La Liga, but to get this mentality, this discipline, what they have, I think is very, very hard. Very, very hard.
So a group of players who all of them have this mentality, it's almost impossible to beat them.
It's not possible, really. They can lose game, for sure. But it's really, 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 really hard to win them, because they have this mentality. Like I say, look, like example, I give you an example.
Yes.
When I was in Gijon, sometime you have some player in the same position, they was having discussion. Like, you play because of this, but me, I have to play. Why me, I don't play? And this player, they don't think like this. When I take the case from Xavi, Iniesta, like Barcelona player or Bayern player, they don't have this mentality. The mentality is like, okay, I play in the same position like you, but me, I will be behind you if you play. Because if you win, I win too.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And this mentality, I think is I don't know, like maybe you get it when you are young, or maybe with the years, you make your own mentality. But, for them, there is no like you play or me, I play. There is just like, look, we have to win. If you play in my position, I will be behind you to support you. If you have problem, I will be there and take your place and try to make it better than you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
A healthy competition.
Exactly.
Yes.
But in the good way. You know what I mean? Not in the bad way, like, you play in my position because of this. No. They don't have this mentality. They have other mentality, very different, When I was 22 years old in my second game in La Liga, this moment, what I see, and I was like, wow, it's really, really hard to get where they are. Because of this, there's so much player, like they go to Barcelona, they don't stay long.
Yes.
Because they have different mentality. All this big group.
So they scored the first goal, and then you gave the assist for the...
Yeah, they scored the first goal, I remember. And after, in the half side, we go in the change room. This day, really, I don't know what was happening to me, but I was like feeling like I I don't know, I could play, let's say 5 hours. I was not tired. I wanted the ball. I was having like really, really good confidence. I don't know why. I wanted to show to the world that, yeah, there's one boy, 22 years, can make it, you know what I mean? And I remember in the game, I was saying to my partner, like, give me the ball. And yeah, when we come back, and one time, like, I was in the right side, and I asked the ball to give it to me, and I make, like, I remember I was 1-1 against Adriano. I go from him, and I give the pass, and we score the 1-1, you know? It was crazy, really, like, in that moment, I don't realize, of course, and after the game, yeah, I realized because, yeah, everybody's coming to talk to me and say to me, like, even when we lose, you play a very good game in this. And yeah, this moment you can never forget this moment.
Yeah, so many years afterwards, and still, you know, people are asking you if someone watched the video, he's gonna tell you like, how did that happen and how did you feel? How was it to play in one of the biggest stadiums in Europe?
Yeah, till now everybody's asking me. This is like, I don't know, 12 years ago or something like this, but till now, everybody, is asking me how you get there to play there, how you get to be professional, you know. I explain to them and I give them like some advice. And of course, I say to them, there's a lot of sacrifice.
Yes.
A lot of sacrifice and a lot of discipline. Even me, when I was not having too much discipline, there was one coach for me who was saying to me, like, to get there is very easy, but to stay is long. It's hard, you know?
Yes.
And after with the time, I understand what he was meaning, because to get there, of course, with your quality, you can get. But after, to stay there, you need a very strong mentality and a very good discipline, you know.
Yes.
And this is what I was not having, like, in this moment, you know. With the years, I make my own mentality, and sometimes I'm asking myself, like today with 34 years old, to, like, let's say I can wake up every day in the morning to go to run. And before I was not having this mentality. I don't know why. Even when you ask me, maybe I say like maybe because before I was young, very fit, and I was saying like, okay, egal what happened, I can make it. You know, my quality will make it because I'm young, I'm fast, and this I can make it. And I was not having this discipline what I have now to make this extra work.
Yes.
Up and down, you know.
Yes.
I was always going up, down, because I was not having this this discipline what I have right now with 34 years.
And that's why you give this advice also to young athletes, because of the mistakes you made.
Exactly. Because of all my mistake what I was making, I have, like, of course, good moment. I have some bad moment. But to all the young player who today, like this young player or player who want to be like a football professional or sprinter professional or basketball professional, I don't know, any sport, you can have like quality, you can have a lot of quality, but the work is always beating the quality.
Yes.
You know, like if you have quality, you don't work, you will never make it. Or maybe, like my case, you can make it, put your legs there, but to stay longer with the years is not possible. I give you example, Ronaldo, Cristiano today, with his 39 years old, he's still there because he's disciplined. He work a lot. He have a lot of discipline, and he's still there with his age, you know. And there are a lot of players who think like, of course, like me, how I was thinking too, I have quality, I will make it, but it's wrong thinking, you know. And to young player who is coming now, I just say to you, my experience, of course, we don't have the same, but my experience, what I will give you is like, you have to work. You have to work and to be disciplined. Yes. And of course, football is not like, okay, you wake up in the morning, you go to train, you have like 3-4 hours training, and after you are free all the day to make other things, you know, not only to be focused on football. Me, I was only focused on football, and this is like wrong. For me now, when I see it's wrong, because I don't have diploma. I was not going in the school. I was just focused on football, saying in my head, look, you're going to be football player, but you have to think that if you don't make it, you have to think about what you can make,
To have a plan B.
Exactly, a plan B.
It's interesting because, some people are saying concentrate in plan A, because then you put all your effort there, and then the chance of getting it's higher, comparing to if you have, let's say, you put some energy in plan A and plan B. What I realized from my career, at least, it was like as you said, there is so much time available in everyday's life, especially from a football player, that it doesn't have to be 5 or 6 hours every day where he does or where she does something else. It can be like 1-2 hours. It can be learning a new language. It can be like different trying out different hobbies.
Yeah.
And that's why I would like to ask you, like, it's plan A and plan B, or plan A and the free time you might have trying to find out what else do you like, and also like create an identity that is outside of sports.
I think no, 100% you have to have plan B.
Yes.
And everything what you do, you have to have plan B. Like when you have your wife, you ask your wife to get married, you have to have plan B. You cannot get married and stay like this. When you have kids, you make kids, you have to have plan B. You cannot like say, okay, I think only about football and I give you my experience because it was like this. Me, I was only thinking about football.
Yes.
Even now when I talk to you now with 34 years old, of course, I play, I make other things, but I am not thinking to stop. You know what I mean? I will still play until my body say like stop. But before, I was having so many time to like, let's say like to learn other language, to go to the school, to have one diploma, one small diploma, let's say like, I don't know, to school people or something like this, to have something B in your life that you say, okay, if this is not working, at least I have this, and this is very important. And there's so much football player who make this mistake to say, okay, me, I will train every day, I will do this, I just want to be football professional. And this is not good because you have to think that you can get injured, and football can stop.
Yes.
And okay, you play professional, you get there, but you cannot stay there because you don't have discipline. Or my case, you don't have discipline, you don't work hard to stay there. You have to have something,
Yes.
And this time, back to them, I was having a lot of time and I was not using this time because after there was, my case, there was like, I was not having chance to have someone who was saying to me, look, you have time, like you train, okay, but you have time to do this, to learn this, or to make this kind of things. I was not having, Now, of course, the new generation, they have like young father, more young, who play football before, who they know a little bit more the rules, they can be behind them. But my advice is like to have plan B. You want to be professional? Yes. Be focused on football. Of course, it's important, but be focused on other things.
Invest this free time that you have on yourself.
This free time what you have after football, invest in other things, to learn language, to go to school, to sit with people who like make other business, to talk to them, to listen what they say, to use
expand your knowledge.
Exactly. To be more open than football, not just to see football, after football to take a book, after training, take a book, read, is helping a lot, and this is what I was not doing before, and now with 34 years old to say to you like, I was playing in Barcelona, but now I have to go to school or I have to work, to eat.
Because you still have to provide to your family.
Exactly. I was not making a plan B to have this money after football,
So you were living month to month. The more you earn, the more you spend.
Day to day.
Day to day.
Yeah.
Day to
Not
day.
month to month. Day to day.
Day to day.
Salary come every day.
Yeah, but I understand that, you come from a background that your family did not have much. And there was also no one there to guide you in a way. How could you put your money to work for you? And today we see a lot of people are mentoring athletes. We also on Podball we try to offer transition coaching programs where we can help an athlete have a smoother transition in life after sports. Because I think you might have seen there was a recent interview on one of a podcast I hear, which is called The Diary of a CEO.
Mm-hmm.
And Thierry Henry said, once you retired, you die as an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like, for me, it was just a confirmation that out there are athletes who their identity is the football player. When they reach an age, they can't do it anymore, or as you say, they have an injury, or there are other reasons they have to stop competing.
Mm-hmm.
They get into this phase, and most of them, because they haven't been proactive during their career, they don't know how to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think? First of all, do you agree with what Thierry Henry stated?
Yeah, of course, I agree 100%. Because it's what is happening to me too.
Yes.
You know, so I agree 100% with him. It's like, okay, you play football, you just, like I say, you don't have plan B. And one day football stop, and there you are lost, you know.
Yes.
You are very lost, because if you don't wake up, or if you don't say like, okay, there's so much player, there's so much athlete now, you don't know where they are. They don't do nothing in their life. You know, they are like lost, because, yeah, for them it was like this. And today they can't anymore. They say, okay, what should I do?
Yes.
You know what I mean? What should I do? I don't know how to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And this is my case now. Okay. Like I say, with the years, I make another mentality, what I was not having before. Of course, now I will work. I will do everything to put my family in the good place. But if I was not having this mentality, what I get now, I'm telling you, I will be back in French, in Marseille, in the street. And yeah, with 34 years, I will be down there in the street with my friend, not doing nothing.
That's very interesting to say.
This is hard, really. This is, because of this, is very important. It's very important to the new generation to have a plan B.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody want to be a football player. When you ask one kid, he's 3 years, what you want to do when you are old? I want to be a football player. Everybody think but it's not easy. You know, it's really not easy, because you spend, like, let's say you start from 10, you spend not your whole life, but half of your life you give to the football, and after you don't get there.
Yes.
You say, wow, I give all this time to football, but I don't get it. So what am I going to do now? Mm-hmm. You know? So this time what you have after training, these 2 hours, 3 hours, take it to make something else.
And that is very important. You also spoke about sacrifices, and one of the sacrifices that athletes do is moving from their home countries. You did it to Spain, and then you played for a few years in Sporting Gijon, and then you moved to England and Blackpool. Back then, I think they were playing in Championship. So how was it for you, this change?
So this change, really, like, I wanted to change. This change was coming for me because I wanted to learn English too. Mm-hmm. And I was like long in Spain, and I wanted new challenge to wake me up.
Yes.
You know? This was a little bit, I think a bad decision in my career to go there. It been like, I have some good moments, but it was like totally different football. It was very hard football. It was very physical football, you know. And you have to think that already and this time I was not having this discipline to hard work, you know. In Spain it's different. Football is more technique, not so much running. So for me it was okay. So when I get to England, that you have to run every day and fight every day, like not playing so much football, just run, you know.
You have to spend also some time in the gym, I guess.
Exactly. Every day in the gym. Strong player they like, you know, so you have to go to gym, you have to run a lot of physical. 90 minutes it was like fighting, you know, and I could not make it really. Like, from there I decided to go to Finland.
Before we go to Finland, I would like to ask you something else. Is that true that when you are in the training, for example, and because you come from Spain, you like to dribble, you like to have the ball on your feet. when you do this extra dribbling, is there someone coming to...
After 3 training, I think, I have like a big problem with the captain because of this, you know.
So he was the one who was,
He was the one
after
who
you.
was, like there is, like the mentality is very different, you know. In Spain, like you say, dribbling and this technique is very good, but there it's like really you have to play fast, you know. You have to use your quality. Like if you are fast, just push the ball and run.
Yes.
Because if you want to make these kind of things, with them is no chance. You know, in the training, people are very aggressive. Even me, I was like, wow,
What is happening?
What is happening? You know, we are in the same team. You know what I mean? Like, we are in the training, but we play together.
Yes.
And no, like they come behind you, bam, if you give like between the legs or you laugh, and no, it's not like this. The mentality is very different. Is very strong, really very, very strong football. And I see directly that it was not for me.
Okay.
You know. And from there, from there I go in Finland. And Finland, really, I have like very good experience. We was playing like qualification for Champions League. We play against Russian team.
Mm-hmm.
We play against team in Krasnodar. Very good experience. Or the city, the people, the fans, you know. And I was really liking there in Helsinki. I stayed there like 1 year and a half. And after, of course, I was talking with the president in this to continue there, but we did get like to good
agreement.
So from there I decided to go to Turkey.
And how was the football in Finland? Like, how was the trainings? How were the stadiums? How was everything?
So there is like a little bit like Austria.
Yes.
Little bit, you know. The people, they don't, of course, there's some people, a lot who like football. We have a lot of fans in this, but they don't give like very, very much importance to football.
Yes.
There's other things. So there is like, you play football, but you are like a normal man too. You know what I mean? Like when I play, let's say like when I was playing in Spain, when I was going like in the street, you know, people was coming to me to ask me for photo and this. In Finland, you can find some people like this, but not too much.
Yes.
So there, like, you can really live like, okay, I'm an athlete, but I can feel myself like a normal man too.
Yes.
You can go to, you can take the U-Bahn, you can take the tram, you know, and life there is very easy, you know. There is not too much people with car. They use more the tram and this. Very familiar city, you know.
You can have a normal athlete you can have a normal life as an athlete, as I can.
Exactly, you know. You can think like normal men, you know. Like compared to Spain, you know. Spain, of course, you train, and in the afternoon, like, you stay home, you know, like, because if you go in the street, people is coming and this, talk to you, you know, photo, this and there. Is very like you are athlete, but you live like normal men, you know.
And you leave Finland and you go to Turkey, where football there is
completely different.
Completely different.
Completely different.
What do you remember from this time?
I knew it that Turkish people love a lot of football, but I didn't know it was really like this, you know.
Yes.
I remember already when I put my legs in the airport, it was crazy, like so many fans outside waiting for me, like wow, you know, I was in shock, you know. And they really, really, really love football. I remember like what was like touching me was like in the stadium you can see a lot of people like coming directly from work to watch football.
Yes.
You know, to pay the ticket even when they don't have too much money, but they wanted to be in the stadium to see the match. And there, when you lose, it's better you don't go outside.
You don't go outside. You stay home.
In Spain, when you lose or when you win, okay, when you lose, you can go. You know, they will talk to you a little bit, but there,
no way.
No. It's better you stay home because they can get really, really aggressive. You know. And there's something, of course, I understand because, like I say, there's some people they don't have too much money, but still they go in the stadium and this, you know. But it was a good experience, different than what I was having before. But good experience. Like I was let's say like before the game, like what he was eating, I was a little bit shocked too.
Yes.
Like, yeah, to drink tea and this, it was really like, for them, it was really chilly, you know what I mean?
And then it's where Egypt came, right?
Yeah, then from Turkey, like I was still having like 1 year contract, and there was a new coach who come and said to me like, yeah, he come with his new team, with his new player and this. I say okay, I find an agreement with the club, and yeah, I get my salary and I go back home. And after I stay home like 1 year and a half, 2 years, and from there I receive a message on Instagram. From one agent who said to me like if I want to come to play in Egypt. And back then I did have nothing, because like in football, when you stay long not active is fast,
So when you were 29 years old, was it 29 or 27 when you just stopped for 2 years completely?
I was 27 and I
27.
stopped. Yeah.
Okay, because that's not like, it reminds me of a story of some athletes like Michael Jordan, where he changed sport, but I don't know someone who just stopped at 27. And on the 29th, I think it was, you started again.
Again, yeah.
Okay, and why did you stop? Were you tired for football? You were tired,
because I was tired about football. Because in football, of course, it's beautiful, but there are a lot of people with who you cannot trust.
Yes.
You have to think that this is like a business, so everybody's thinking about himself, and I have like some very bad experience with agent and this. So I was like, yeah, look, I take my money, I go back home, and I don't want to know anything about football. I really like to free my mind,
Yes.
Coming back to what we was talking before, to the plan B. I was not having plan B, so I have to do what? To come back to football, because it was the only things what I can do.
Yes.
So after 2 years, I decided to go to Egypt. I signed for one team, it's Pyramid. In the first 6 months, it was very good, really, like very good. And after there, I meet one player. His name is Karim Salam. I meet him there. He's from Austria, but he was playing there with me. When this player leave the team, after there, it started to be like very complicated for me, because I was doing everything with this player. He was the one who was like helping me like with so many things. Or after training, to bring me outside in the city, to show me other things,
Because he's from Egypt.
Exactly. So when this player go, after, it was very like hard for me. So after this, like, I decided to close my contract and to go back home. I stayed home a little bit, and after this player with who I was in Egypt, Karim called me and said to me like if I want to come to play to Austria.
Because that's why for me it was really interesting back then, when I first came to Austria and I heard about the player who played in La Liga. I said like, he's 29 years old. How is that possible that he plays here? And also, once I saw you in the training, I mean, not because you are here, I have seen a lot of players, but not a lot of players did those kind of tricks and scoring this kind of goals in the training as you did, and also in the games. It was for me a question like, how did that happen, But now a lot of things that you are just sharing with me make sense. And you ended up in Austria. So, because I have done the same thing, coming from a professional club to an amateur club, even though we were training every day, the structure was not here. It was not there to support the players we had. How was it for you to come from a professional level to the amateur level? Because the players, the players, they have to work. It's not football their first priority.
When I was younger, the only thing what I wanted to do is football.
Yes.
So put my mind in football. And when you get to amateur and you start to talk with player and you ask them, what you doing? They say, I work there or I work there. And me, I was like, how you work there? Or you play football or you don't play football?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah, this was a shock for me in the beginning. And after, of course, like the football too, because you play with player who don't have the same quality anymore, like you. So you have to adapt.
So we touched on your career, and you just mentioned that you are 34 now. Are you thinking of retiring?
I'm not thinking about this, because I did make like the good things. Like when I was earning good money, I could make something with this money. I didn't make it. So right now, I still have to play to earn some little money. Not like before, of course, to earn some little money and to try to work
at the same time.
Yeah, of course, one day it will happen that I have to stop football. But right now, no, I don't think about it.
And do you have like any plan? What would you like to do afterwards?
Like right now, yeah, I have one plan. But if you was asking me this, like maybe, I don't know, 1 year ago, I will say to you, no, Right now, yes, I have a plan, and yeah, I just want to make a football academy in Africa to help the kids to, I will not say to become a football player, but at least to have like discipline and to give them all things what I was not having before, like this hard work, this discipline, because for me, these two words are the most important, So this is my plans, what I want to make, and yeah, so I try to find some investor, help, of course, to make this. This what I have in my mind real to come.
Do you have a specific place where you would like to make this academy?
I will like to do it in Zanzibar, in Tanzania, because I see that, of course, I'm originally from Senegal, but in Senegal there are a lot of football school. In other country, a lot too. In Africa, there's some football team who have like football academy directly in Africa, but in Tanzania there is not so much. And I was like there like 2 times holiday, and I look a little bit the place, and I look how the kids they are high quality.
Yes,
but they don't have like
infrastructure.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what I would like to do there.
So imagining now you wake up tomorrow and you have all this experience that you have until now, all the mistakes you made, all the people you met, but you are 18, 20 years old when you made your first steps to professional football. What advice would you give to yourself?
I will look myself and I will say to him, look, work hard, be disciplined, and all this money, what you get, this good money, because I was getting good money, try to invest, and in your free time, because there's a lot of free time.
Yes.
All this free time, what you have, make something. Go to university, go to school. Like I say, go to sit with people who they have business, learn other things, but don't be only focused on football, invest your money that after football, you have this and this and this,
You are already ready for the career after your... And these were some great advices for the young athletes out there. And now we go to the extra time. I have prepared for you 5 questions where you have to reply either by saying a word or a phrase.
Okay.
So the best advice you ever received during your career?
Work hard and be disciplined.
If you could change one bad decision in your career, which one would it be?
To leave Spain.
To leave Spain. If you had the chance to have dinner with a famous football player, who would it be and what would you ask him?
Cristiano Ronaldo, and I will ask him like how we make all this year to be in top.
So who is the best player you have played with? And I know you have played with a lot. And who is the best player you have played against?
Against, for me, is Xavi. With, for me, there is 2. What I see, like I can say Ben Arfa and Kürşat.
So what makes this player so special?
Because what I see in this player really is like I see this little bit mentality from what I was seeing this player from Barcelona. These winning things, You have really this like you want to win. And
that's true.
If you don't give him the ball, he's crying, You have this mentality that what I was seeing back then when I was 22 years when I played in Barcelona. Because of this, of course, you have talent.
Yes, there's a tremendous quality. That's true. And last question, what is your main goal for 2024?
To make it good with my team.
Yes.
Vimla. to find a good work. Yeah, to be with my family, and to I hope this can happen to Zanzibar, this academy football.
Well, bro, I wish you all the best for this journey. I'm really thankful that you shared all these stories with me, because I'm sure that some athletes out there, they face a similar situation, or they have this dream that we all had when we started to become a professional, and they can resonate with the stories you shared with me. So thank you very much for coming. It was a big pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, no problem. And like I say, if there is like some athlete who will see this video, if they want to talk, and me too, I will like to ask some advice, I will be there.
Of course. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
All the best.